Hi, this is Dr. Audrey Ray. Today is the 14th and final little video of my experiment here. The idea was to share with you some daily insights that were unscripted and sort of telling you what's on my mind on this day based on coaching principles and insights, of course, that you can apply in your own life. So here's what I've learned. Interestingly, when I am feeling like sharing something with you guys, it's nothing but pleasure. It's a lot of fun. I get to share with those who want to watch. Those who don't have to, but I know it's going to be helping someone somewhere, and that feels great. On the day that I don't particularly feel inspired, every time I've tried to just write down a really good tool I wanted to teach, I just really hated it. I was boring myself. Halfway through it, I would feel like, oh, come on, I'm just one of those thousands of people teaching those silly tools, and I just didn't enjoy it at all. So it's very clear to me the reason why I've procrastinated so long is because I didn't want to be creating those stuffy videos where you've got your 3 steps to whatever, your 7 steps to this and that, and I didn't feel like doing the kind of scripted professional videos that so many coaches do. And that was really clear after Labor Day weekend when I was so disconnected from my work and not really thinking about coaching. I was just enjoying life, almost forgetting what it is that I do for a living. And I try to do a video on mirror and match, which is a really cool NLP technique, and it felt boring to me. So this is the scoop is if you want something that is highly structured and boring, then Google someone else because I have no interest in doing that at all. I want to do what I'm doing today, which is share with you some thoughts and some insights when they come to me. In terms of scheduling, I'm not going to do one every day because it's just too much. What I'm going to do is hold myself to at least one per week. I will do when inspiration strikes, and I will probably upload something every Thursday. So make sure to keep an eye on my YouTube channel, especially on Thursday, if you're interested in hearing more. All right, so I gave you that little teaser about mirror and match, and I'm not going to make that boring video now, but I'm going to tell you just one piece of it, one tiny piece of it. Okay, fine. Mirror and match. So basically what it is when you want to build rapport with someone, you watch their communication, verbal and nonverbal, and you try to mirror it back to them as much as you can without looking too obvious. It needs to be really subtle. And when you do this effectively, it makes the person feel comfortable because you're like them. They just feel good around you. So it builds rapport and it helps with anything for which you need a good relationship. So whether you're looking to influence someone or to make somebody want to collaborate with you, or just have good relationships around the office. Every time that we break rapport, it holds us back. Every time we strengthen or build rapport, it actually is for the greatest good. So one thing I want to share with you, because I'm not going to go through all the verbals and the nonverbal, and honestly, if you try to do it all, if you try to match their body language and the kind of vocabulary that they're using and their tone of voice and volume of voice and so many different things, it's going to make you feel overwhelmed and you're just not going to do it. So I'm going to talk to you about just one thing, and that is something I see all the time that rubs people wrong. And that's the level of energy that you bring to a conversation. So think about, do you know somebody who's super energetic? They're enthusiastic, they're passionate, and they go like, oh, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy you're here. And they're just welcoming you with this outpouring of almost love, but energy and passion and enthusiasm. And if this is something that's comfortable to you, it feels warm, it feels great, it gets you excited. But if it's not something that you have within yourself, it's going to feel like it's too much, and you may feel really awkward in that person's presence. So it's just too much. They need to dial it down, but they don't realize that. The opposite example would be when you're talking to someone who is very calm and maybe they even talk much slower than you do. Let's say if they're more kinesthetic, the kind of people who like to feel through what they're talking about and really think through everything versus a highly visual person like myself. When I don't watch myself, I will talk as fast as my body is capable because my mind goes so fast. I can talk really, really fast. And that's my preferred style. But I can't be like that when I'm coaching people because I would be impossible for all of the kinesthetic people to work with. They wouldn't feel comfortable. It just would be far too unpleasant. They couldn't handle it. So this is one thing I encourage you to pay attention to is what kind of energy do you bring to a meeting? It's enthusiasm. It is how fast do you talk? What is the volume of your voice? So I'm just calling it energy, but it's more than that. So think about perhaps somebody that with whom you don't have the best of work relationships and ask yourself, could it be because of that energy level or that way of talking? And try to adjust to them a little bit more and see if that makes a difference. And I know there's someone somewhere who will tell me, Audrey, I am who I am. I'm just a passionate person. I can't dial it down. Or somebody might tell me, I'm just not a very bubbly person. So I talk slowly and that's just the way it is. And I would tell you in response to that, I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm just suggesting you make some small adjustments like I am sure you already do. I'll give you an example. How do you talk to a newborn child versus how do you talk to a, I don't know, 15-year-old teenager, somebody who perhaps is not behaving the way you ask them to? Or how do you interact with your spouse versus your boss? Or if you go visit somebody in a nursing home, how do you talk to them? So you see how you're already adjusting the way you talk depending on who you're speaking to. And that has nothing to do with not being authentic. It's just that you, as a leader, have one kind of energy and way of talking. You, as a parent to an infant or a parent to a teenager, or you as the child of your parent, you are speaking already in much, much different ways. Or if that doesn't feel all that compelling, think about animals. If you find an animal that is lost on the street and you're trying not to spook that dog, you're trying to catch that dog to bring it to a rescue, you're not going to welcome it like you welcome your dog when you get home and they jump on you and it's nothing but love and it gets loud and you realize you have to dial it down. So you're already doing it. You are already adjusting the way you talk depending on who you're speaking to. So again, what I'm saying, pay attention to the energy level that you bring, the speed with which you speak, your tone of voice, your volume. This doesn't mean to be less yourself. It's just be yourself using a higher level of emotional intelligence so that you can mirror to people back the way that they are. They will feel more comfortable. It will build rapport and you'll be able to work with them much, much, much better. So again, mirroring and matching is about far more than that, but I wanted to keep it simple. So put something in the comment. Let me know if that's helpful. Try it out. Again, put some comments. Let me know. I would love to hear more feedback from you. And if you liked my little silly videos, subscribe and you will be notified when there's a new one next week. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.